calling by name. And if they don't get nookie, it just won't be the same. When I'm sitting with Anna, I'm really sitting with Anna. Ain't a metaphor punchline, I'm really in the middle of nowhere. I just feel so alone. Got the certification, cause it come with the stone.
Midday bone broth break. I've already finished 2 of those. And no, I'm not going to show you myself because I said that I would wash my hair today. I didn't say what time. I'm going to get to it. I'm busy, people. I'm busy. So I sent Brett dress shopping for me, and I really didn't think he'd come home with something that would fit, and it's kind of perfect. So if you know me, anytime I'm wearing nice shoes, you have to know that my husband picked them out. Little did I know that he was also... So I didn't know you were so good at being a stylist, too. Are you pretty proud of yourself?
I'm very proud.
I mean, it really fits like a glove, honey.
Not even there, off the rack.
Pretty good. Is this something you are available to be a stylist for other people?
No, other people can't afford me.
They can't afford your services?
They can't afford my services.
Yeah. Days like today, I'm just so happy to have showered and done my hair and makeup because it just wasn't a priority. If we're going to be honest, it hadn't been a priority for the last 3 days. But sometimes you just have to know the art of smelling and looking good. Just have to ask yourself, okay, what's going to make me feel better? And this is the honest truth, and maybe it's just for me. I knew I would feel better with a workout versus a shower. Like, my workout makes me calm, it makes me patient, it makes me more tolerant, it makes me more creative, and that was more important. Actually, for 3 days. You just gotta know how to, like, work the messy bun, throw on some lip gloss, some lashes, some perfume, and make it work. Let me clarify, I did take showers every day because I worked out every day. I just didn't wash my hair. It's a whole process. It's a whole thing. I'm going to start wearing a wig. So I think I told you that we've brought a bunch of new people on to the team. It was my push goal. Got an amazing new team, and today I'm going to break them in. Those of you who are like, I want to work for you. No, I'm a horrible boss. I'm a nightmare boss, and I'm about to torture these people. They are going to rue the day. They're going to be like, wait a minute, I signed up to be the graphic artist or to do events or writing. I didn't sign up for this fitness torture stuff. All right, so here we go. Gonna torture the people. I'm gonna live up to my horrible boss reputation.
That's all you, it's a video, that's all you guys got? That's all you got?
Long story short, we're working on developing an app that goes with your Smart Life Push Journal. And I have a question for you about keeping a food log. Okay, so here's the question. When you're filling in your food log for the day, like let's say right now you do that on an app, or maybe you do it inside your Smart Life Push Journal. Do you just want to like list all the food you ate that day, or do you like it when you fill in what I had for breakfast, what I had for lunch, what I had for dinner, what I had for a snack, what I had for a snack? So pretend this is a digital app right now. So when I use an app, I just personally, like I use MyFitnessPal, I just fill in everything that I ate that day. But some apps allow you to fill in what you had for breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. And I don't know about you, but I just feel like if I skipped one of those, like there was something I didn't do that I was supposed to do. Jesse, what's your opinion?
Well, I personally like having all the meals because then I forget, like, if I had a snack or what I had for lunch or breakfast.
So
I
it
like
triggers your memory.
Yeah, it triggers me.
So what's your preference, Ash?
I like it if it just is a little more vague, but that there's some structure. So it doesn't have to be.
So like what? Meal one, meal two?
Meal one, meal two, meal three.
Kevin? Okay, what's your opinion, Kevin? That was
I
funny.
like to have it where I can fill it out on my own.
Just anything?
Yeah.
Just blank?
Blank too. Blank. Blank.
I will go ask Allison her opinion because she's very opinionated. Stand by. I'd like to get your opinion on something if I could.
Sure.
All right, so I'll let you take a look at this.
Okay.
And so what's your opinion?
I personally would like this because I like a reminder, and it kind of jogs my memory. Because
For me, I feel like, okay, well, if I don't fill something in, then it's like I didn't do something I was supposed to do, and I don't like not having lines filled in.
I don't think I would.
Okay, now the office expansion is complete, or pretty much complete, so I can show you how it turned out.
My friends always feel the need to tell me things. Seems like they're just happier than us these days. Yeah. The only time you'll see me is when you turn your head to the side and look at me differently. Yeah. And last night, understanding, oh, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't. I still can't get across to you.
So each room is its own little sauna, and you come in, and then you have your own little private room, and you can change the colors. I'm going to do red, and then you can watch TV from inside there. I listen to a podcast. So when you're doing hill sprints, you want to pitch your body forward at about a 45-degree angle, keep your head down, look out about 4 or 5 feet in front of you, and lift your knees. And then halfway up, if you start to run out of steam, just keep telling yourself, go faster, stride longer. And remember, you don't have to make it all the way to the top of the hill. Just set a timer for 20 or 30 seconds. Sprint as hard as you can for 20 or 30 seconds, then walk back down.
They gon' run up on me. Well, run up when you see me, then we gon' see. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies. And we eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast, huh? Y'all eat pieces of shit? What's the basis? We ain't going nowhere but got suits and cases. A trunk full of coke, rental car for.
First, I want to thank you, everybody who's left me comments and feedback and even already written reviews about the podcast I did on probiotics and prebiotics. A lot of folks who are in the diet test I'm doing right now, say that they wanted that lesson too. So don't worry, I made sure to put it, I also put it in your programs. To be clear, it's pretty rare that I do that. Anything that's inside of our testing is not on my podcast, unless it's like something that I think would benefit my diet group. And when I put it in the diet group, I make sure people know that it's an optional lesson. They may have already heard it on my podcast, but it's optional, so they don't feel like they have to listen. Anyways, if you're curious about probiotics and prebiotics and do you need them, is what you're getting in your food or your shake or your yogurt, is that enough? Listen to the episode. We were going on vacation in the past. I used to get so stressed, so freaked out, so overwhelmed. I'd stay up until like 2 a.m. the night before, and I always felt ill-prepared. I would typically show up wherever we were going, whether it was for work or vacation, and I would have a overweight suitcase that didn't have any of the things that I really needed, and I just couldn't relax because I felt like there's so many loose ends that I wasn't sure if I took care of them before I left. I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but I don't have that happen anymore because now I have a system. My system includes a couple of things. Number one, I have a system to take care of the loose ends, the details, the things that I don't want keeping me up at night, worried if I did them or not before. Number two, I have a really simple app that I use that helps me keep track of and maintain a simplified packing list that's, oh my God, it's made life so much easier. Number three is the suitcase, the packing cubes, and the tools that I use to take that list and actually pack. This system works. Now, just so you know, my goal is not to have the lightest suitcase, but it would work for someone who wants a light suitcase. That's just not my goal. And Brett and I, we see eye to eye like on almost everything except this. Like he thinks like my suitcase should weigh 8 pounds, which I'm like, no and no. Let me make my case. Let's say that I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I want to wear these shoes, but just in case, I'm going to bring a backup pair. And if that decision makes my suitcase a little over max weight, well, we might get charged. We might even get charged $50. And if we do get charged $50, we're still going to save. Why? Because if I've forgotten something and now I have to run out to the mall, well, I've got the cost of an Uber to and from, which is probably right there's $50. Plus now I got to buy something I already have, and I probably can't even find exactly the one that I want. So now you got an Uber ride, you got buying that thing, plus you got a wife with a bad attitude. You're welcome, ladies. I just made your argument for you, right? So the next time your husband's like, this suitcase is too heavy, here's what you do. You just hand him $50 and say, I'll take care of it. You could just look at your husband and you could say, let me ask you a question. What is my peace of mind and my happiness worth to you? I just watched Brett Snaps, and he said that he doesn't take issue when my bag is over 50 pounds. Listen, we've been together for like 26 years. I know body language. He doesn't say anything, but I mean, raise your hand if you could just tell watching his snaps that it bugs him. I mean, I don't know if Snapchat is the place to air our dirty laundry, but what's weird is when I do try to be conscientious about the weight of my bag and try to put something in his bag, he gets all like weird. He's like, why do you need to put this in my bag? I don't know, maybe because you have like 2 t-shirts and 2 pairs of shorts and like a lot of room left over, but okay. What's up? So we're in the car and we're on our way to the airport to fly into Nolans, and we got a crew. What's up, crew? For the win and for the record. How do you feel about that, Mr. Johnson?
Good. What's in there?
That's your stuff. I could have gone over if I wanted to. I could have if I wanted to, but I didn't. Did I now?
And I don't have an extra page.
Yeah,
But the one you're talking about is the
a
kids are
smart
moving
life
for the general
push
ed.
journal.
So you
Why were you taking pictures of me?
Because all bacon isn't created equal. Butcher box.
We are in New Orleans for a convention of health and fitness coaches. I'll be teaching a workout and doing a keynote presentation on Saturday. The presentation I'll be doing on Saturday is about social media, and specifically how things that worked last year don't work this year, and you gotta change it up. All right, this is Mona. It's for the family. You have got to be kidding me, Mona. It's for the family. I think you and I could sell these. So we made it over to our room and just getting settled, kind of looking at what the schedule looks like tomorrow, which is really exciting. My call time tomorrow morning is at 3:30 a.m. The workout isn't until 6 a.m., but they want us in the room by 4:45. Oh, someone's here. Oh, perfect timing. We were just talking about you. Are you the person who's going to wake me up at 3:30 a.m.?
No, they gotta be.
Back to bacon. People are always asking if, especially when they're eating high fat, people get really excited about eating bacon. But as you probably know, most bacon that's on the market is highly processed. It's either cured or filled with nitrates, or it just hasn't been ethically raised. Now, you can find bacon that meets a higher standard, where it is uncured, nitrate-free, hormone-free. I think if most people knew.
and then also
about how pork was raised and treated. Personal opinion is if you're going to eat bacon, it should be very occasionally, and it should be of the highest quality, just like any animal meat product. Basically, you want to avoid all processed meats. I'm sorry. Even the World Health Organization has declared them a known carcinogen. I know this stuff can be overwhelming, and I know sometimes it's completely unavoidable, but more often than not, we can make a decision, and we just have to be conscientious about what we're putting in our bodies. And oftentimes I'll hear from people that they'll say it's so expensive to, find meat that's been raised to these standards. I get it, but it's available. And it's not that expensive if you don't eat it for every single meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we should be eating less. Anyways, I digress. All right, bear with me for a second because we're going to flip your phone. And the reason why I do that, if you've been wondering, is because if it's a message I think that you're going to want to share, it's easier for me to repurpose the video if I turn it horizontal. And so what I'll do is I'll download this and I'll post it to Facebook. So there's a little extra tip for you. But let's talk about social settings. So for a lot of people, being in big crowds of people, going to a party, meeting new people, a new environment where you've got to be social with people you don't know, makes a lot of people really anxious, especially if you're shy or an introvert. I myself am an outgoing introvert. So here's a quick tip for you. Don't worry about what to say or what to tell people about yourself or how to have conversations. Just think about what things you're really curious about when you meet other people. Because too often what we get nervous about is what people are going to think about us. But if you just ask questions and are curious to get to know other people, they're not going to be thinking about all the things you think people are thinking about you. The easiest way to calm your own nerves is to take care of other people's feelings by making them feel comfortable, by just getting to know them. So it's likely that I'll meet hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people over the next 2 days. And I think people think, oh, I want to be remembered. So, or I want to make a good first impression. So I want to say the right thing. But the best thing you can do is just, when you get to meet someone, ask them some questions about themselves. I don't care who it is. Everyone's favorite subject is themselves. So don't try to impress people with how much you know or a witty conversation. Just be genuinely curious about people, and whatever it is you would want to know about that person, just ask and get to know them, and then think of a follow-up question. And honestly, that's really good advice for social media too. I can't even tell you how many people send me a chat saying, hey, do you want to know this, or this about me? Or can I get you to look at this thing? And I respond, it's interesting, kind of. But you know the people who I really connect with, most of which I've never met, but I enjoy when they reach out to me in social? People who seem to take a genuine interest, like they ask great questions, and it feels like they, those are the kind of people that I connect with. So give that a try. Next time you're in a social setting, think of some questions that you are genuinely curious about other people, and do the same thing in social media too. Laying out my clothes for tomorrow's workout. If you're going to be there, here's what you need to know. Number 1, there's going to be a PiYo geo filter. So you want to use that on Snapchat.